tell me one thing is like, when you started GPC, what is your few ways you are going to find the founders? So let's say there is a founder A who wants to come and join, let's say GPC, or who wants to become the part of your cohort. What is something which you will be looking into? So as a founder, what are three specific things which you will be focusing on while filtering out those founders?
I really love the 0 to 1 stage of company building. It's where I can add a lot of value. Like once a founder starts getting to like raising their Series A or their Series B, I'm not very helpful or useful. I'm really good at the early stages when you're trying to find product market fit. How do you go to market? How do you get early users and customers? What should your product look like? That's where I'm really good. The early stage, the pre-seed, what in venture we would call the pre-seed and seed stage. So the first thing that I look for is the quality of the founder, right? Like basically found what's called founder market fit. I'm looking for somebody who I want to bet on, who I think is smart, who is high integrity. I'm looking for somebody who I think has that grit, that perseverance. It's going to push through, especially at the early stages. Finding product market fit is this iterative cycle, right? You're constantly experimenting and trying to launch new versions, new products, new narratives, new USPs. And it feels a lot like taking 3 or 4 steps back and then 4 or 5, giant leaps forward. And 3 or 4 steps back, which become very discouraged. It's a certain personality that I think is going to continue to persist through that process. So I think first and foremost, it's the person or the team that I'm backing. Do I believe in them? Do I believe that they believe in what they're trying to build? Do they have that grit? Do they have that perseverance? Do they have that North Star? Are they highly opinionated and have a version of the world that they think should exist, flexible enough in terms of how they get there and open to feedback, but very opinionated in terms of like that North Star? I believe the world should look a certain way, and I want to dedicate the next 5-10 years of my life to making it happen. I think that's first and foremost, like that's the biggest thing. That's like 60 or 70% of the equation. After that, there's a couple of things that I look for. One, I want to know, can you clearly articulate the problem or the core needs of a clear set of users or customers that you're targeting? And I've found time and time again that the best founders that we've met can very clearly articulate the problem space because they've just spent a lot of time on the problem. Either they personally have like really experienced the problem, like for you and Mitcha, for example, like you guys just knew what was wrong with the current infrastructure stack, where the vulnerabilities were, and why we want a more decentralized, infra stack. You knew the space as developers. You've been doing a lot of building, so you knew the problem intimately. The second thing I look for is, again, just evidence that you're the right person to solve this particular problem. Like, what do you know about the market? What do you know about the customer that others don't? Do you have a unique insight into the market that others are missing? Do you have some version of like a history of success or a life story that shows that greater perseverance that we were just talking about, to be able to push through to results? Why are you the right person to build this particular thing? Again, like, do you have a good handle on the space? And answer the question for me, like, why are you the one to pull this off of all the people that we could back? And then third is, do you have a track record of bringing something into this world, right? Like, the world is full of people with great ideas, but short on execution. And so, like, if you're an idea person, that's great. But I look for people who can ship things, who can create things, big things, small things. It doesn't matter to me.
That basically brings me some more interesting things. You pointed us correct. Like, so when we started, I still remember when we used to, even today also, when I and Mitra, even anyone sit together, we just think on one thing is like, if we are going to succeed, we are going to succeed. There is no way like we won't. If we will not succeed, then we will be able to create a market or an idea, or we are going to leave behind a tons of experience with that, which is going to be used by other founders who can just rally on the same success as well, or same story as well. But love all these 3 points. Okay, so from the founders, quality to understanding the idea and exploring the market and product market fit kind of idea, it is something which is really good.